Our first question is, what is your first thought when you see someone discriminating pit bulls, whether it is on the news or in public?
I think it's very different for every rescuer, or person that knows and loves the breed. For some it's sadness, for some it's anger, and for some it's a sense of fear for the safety of the breed. Take Montreal for instance. There was anger, sadness, indignation, but there was also terror for thousands of defenseless dogs now on the kill list.
Question 2. Do you think the pit bull breed tends to be euthanized quicker or more often than other dog breeds?
Definitely. Shelters run off city funding and donations, which means their resources are limited at best, and most will focus their best resources on dogs that are more likely to be adopted. That means dogs with aggressive reparations get less resources, time, and socializing, which in turn makes them more fearful and depressed, which furthers their reputation and makes them harder to adopt out. It's a really vicious cycle. Also, pit bulls and pit-type breeds, by the time they make it to the shelter, can have health issues either from abuse or overbreeding, and a health issue is most often going to put any dog at the top of the euthanasia list.
First question is, about how many dogs do you get in a year, and out of that, how many are pit bulls?
Okay. With our system, we don't exactly know exactly how many dogs we bring in a year because the system includes all raccoons, possums, and everything else we pick up. But I would say on average we get 20 to 30 more dogs a month that don't get returned back to their owner and that end up staying here at the shelter. And of those, I would say about maybe a third of those are pit bulls. If we took a tour back there right now, I'd probably see 5 or 6 dogs of our 20 that have pit bulls right now, or that are pit bulls.
Okay. And do pit bulls tend to get adopted less frequently than other dogs, than other dog breeds?
I don't know if they get adopted less frequently, because we do have people that come out to the shelter requesting pit bulls or asking to see what kind of pit bulls we have. I would say some people just are inclined not to adopt pit bulls just because of the public view of them or how the media portrays them often.
Okay, and do you find that pit bulls are abandoned more frequently than other dog breeds?
I would say slightly more chance of them being abandoned just because people don't realize how big they can get, or if they're not raised properly, they could have some aggression issues, or if they're not socialized, they might not like other people. So yeah, I would say that from what we see here in Lee Summit, we do see a few more pit bulls abandoned than other dogs.
What do you personally feel about the pit bull breed?
I personally have no issue with pit bulls. Most of the pit bulls that we do see here in Lee Summit are very friendly. They have owners and they're well taken care of. From time to time, we do get a pit bull that may be a little aggressive just because we're at his house. But other than that, once we get inside with them or the owner shows up, they're fine.
Okay, and what is the most disturbing or sad story you have of a pit bull that was brought into the animal shelter, if you have any, at least?
The saddest one, I would say, it was a pit bull mix, pit bull boxer, I think. It was severely emaciated, so it was very skinny. It was probably only about 30, 35 pounds when it should have been 60, 70, because it was a bigger pit bull. All his ribs were showing, his hip bones were showing, and he just had been running around, was very friendly, a little scared actually. And once we got him here at the shelter, we got him fed, and he started to gain weight, and we got him to a foster program, and he actually was adopted by the foster program that he was with. So it started off sad, but in the end it turned out pretty well for him.
Okay, and do you think pit bulls are judged and treated by the news and other people unfairly because of their reputation and history?
I do think that when a pit bull does bite someone, it is more newsworthy just because they are bigger dogs and they can do more damage. Does that mean I think that they are portrayed very well? No. I think that they get more news because, like I said, of the damage that they have done. They got bigger mouths. People say that they have locking jaws, but that is not true. They just have strong jaws. But personally, I think smaller dogs bite people more often. They're just not reported. It's just a little bite.
And do you think the reputation of pit bulls is justified? Yes or no, and why?
I don't think it's justified. And I say that just because most of the pit bulls we pick up are very friendly. They just want to lick you. They have no issues, and it's probably 95% of the time it's how they were raised. If they weren't socialized with other dogs, they could be dog aggressive. If they weren't socialized with other people other than the family, they can be very protective or just not like other people in general.
Okay.
So would you find that bad traits that they tend to have because they're not raised properly?
Yeah,
is the same for other breeds?
Really, for any kind of dog.
So it's really the same.
Yeah, because you can take a dog and not let it have any kind of social interaction with people or animals, just let it run free, and you'll see that it doesn't approach people. It'll be aggressive or when it's cornered or scared. And as long as the dog is socialized with people outside the family or socialized really well with family and anyone that comes to the house, you should see no issues. Does that mean the dog will never bite? No, because even a dog that's well trained has the potential to bite just because it could get scared enough or startled enough or feel the need to defend their family. We just don't like pit bulls. If their neighbor has one, they're going to call us saying, this dog's aggressive, and we'll show up and he's just jumping on the fence wanting attention. And we go up and he's licking us and getting pet, but the neighbor may just not like it.
Okay, that's all my questions.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go take a look at some dogs.